Hello, happy weekends, everyone. It's 9:30 in Saturday right now here. Um, I just woke up from a nap. I mean, today's weather is not very nice, but I still went out and went to this Japanese cafe. Um, they have a lot of food from the Kansai area, like Osaka. So I ate okonomiyaki, takoyaki, yakisoba, and tried something called kinako latte and strawberry soda. It was a very interesting place. I normally don't go to that neighborhood, so it's good that I get to visit there sometime. And they have the street basically is full of different Asian restaurants like Koreans, Chinese, Cantonese, Japanese. Um, but it's literally the other side of the city, so it took me almost 1 hour to get there. But it's quite nice. It's like a hidden gem. And then I went to this cafe because it's been like years before I go to this cafe. Um, it's for the cake because they have this like French and Japanese like fusion style kind of cake. Those like expensive fancy cake. Um, well, it's quite expensive. I don't think I would go there again anytime soon because it doesn't taste as good as it is like in my memory. And I also feel like my boyfriend doesn't really enjoy it much, so I don't think it worth the price um, to try it. And what else? What's new? I mean, I am resting in general because Thursday was public holiday here, and then Friday I work. So it feels like I earn a second weekend kind of feeling. It's nice to feel that like I'm relaxing and then still get to have another day off tomorrow. Um, Sadly, the things that I wanted to do, I didn't do. Couldn't do it. I need to buy a cooking pot for like at work, and then I also need to refund all the bottles in my kitchen. They're like full 3 or 4 bags of empty bottles. Because returning bottles here, you can earn money. Um, I'm guessing that they're at least like 6 or 7 euros even there amount of bottles. Um, I also hope that tomorrow I can prepare some lunch for next week. And I've changed my new vocal exercises because my coach would like me to be a little bit more um, how do you say that? Sorry, like I think my brain is not functioning so well. I just woke up from a nap, so to try more new things. So I told him like, yeah, I've been making videos online, not necessarily singing. Like as you can see, I just talk about random stuff my day, and here and there I did some singing, but mostly just talking. But I would like to upload here and there a bit more of those exercises, um, because to be honest, I really wish one day I can sing and be like I really like my own singing, and it's quite far from that right now. Right now, it's still at this point that like I thought I sing quite well in my head, but when I listen to the recordings, it's kind of horrible. I still haven't get to the point that like I'm satisfied with what I'm doing, and it's completely normal and fine because it was like 1 year since I start learning about singing, and before I don't have any vocal training or anything, and there's a lot of bad habits that you need to dismantle before you can even build on top of that. So, for example, some of the exercises is just to relax my throat. Like I cannot use the swallowing muscle when I do the flexibility exercises. I think it also gradually will change how you sound like when you talk. Uh, and I think it would be quite helpful because I do think I have some bad habits when I'm talking, especially in Cantonese, I guess, is that it's draining my throat so much. Um, so let's see. And also, I'm trying to learn like playing some guitar together with the songs that I'm singing. Um, it's not really it's not really there, but I have to pick a bit more like songs because I feel like yeah, I'm full time working, but the progress is still really slow to be honest. Enough of this random chit chat about my day. What I want to talk about today is actually how I was thinking being a man is more difficult than being a woman. I think maybe it's not any hot take. I think maybe a lot of people already like said, "Wow, it's obvious or it's proven," and all these things. But I started to have this feeling the other day because I went to watch this new movie, the Joker sequence movie. And by the way, I don't want to spoil anything. But most of the people didn't like the movie. I think yeah, it's not that good, but nothing like I don't have any expectations. It's not worse to the point that I'd be like I'm gonna stand up and go. But I think if you look at the review, it's like 1.9 stars. For me, the movie just feels like a bit awkward because it's basically a musical and they have transitioned awkwardly into singing here and there. And also with Lady Gaga, the thing is, Lady Gaga is not really acting in the movie. I feel like she's just trying to not fuck up there, kind of feeling. But it's also unfair to compare her to Hua Kun, someone extremely like top tier actor. So, um, but like they're trying to be a musical, but doesn't really feel like a musical. So at the end of the day, if you watch, I don't recommend you to go to the cinema to watch it if you have so much expectation from the first one. Um, so back to my point, I am going to watch Joker right on the way to watch Joker, and I started to think like, man, it's quite difficult to be a man, because I'm thinking about being like, let's say Joker as a character. It's not like I'm a fan of all these things, so I don't know like the details of the stories and everything, but I'm thinking in this world, if you are born as a man, if you don't have some natural advantages, for example, where you were born, your location, and also your genes, like your physical appearance, are you tall or are you short? Are you thin or are you like anyhow, it determines a lot how you'll be treated unless you change it. Like if you are really small and thin, then you gotta train yourself. Because there's people like this, like I'm really short. I'm not even 1.5 meters, and there are men that I met at work is similar heights, but he's jacked and he is quite extroverted and quite smart and communicative and all that. So you see that like sometimes the attractiveness is not really based on just purely one, two, or three factors. It's have a lot of different things. But the problem is that not everybody can or want to be conventionally attractive as a man. I'm purely talking about men here right now because I do feel like man is heavily being judged by a lot of external factors. It's like very cruel, and the society is about how successful you are. Sure, no one particularly talk about how you look like, but more like what do you do? To achieve something, or your background or anything. But being a woman, at least I feel like you have a little bit more chances or room to not trying so hard and to be recognized. It's like men and among men, it's quite cruel, you know. Um, I don't want to say there are types of men or like the group that are being pushed away by another man, or like I don't know. If you're a man and if you have seen a lot of people, can you share with me that do you or have you witnessed or experienced that you are being rejected by a certain group that are supposedly or they feel themselves they're superior or whatever? Like I don't know how to explain. I just feel like being a man is difficult, more difficult than being a woman, even especially also in the modern society. In the past, at least women's status is quite low, so I feel like men in general still have some sort of like room or position to feel that there is something, having control for something. It's not that I say that it's a good thing. Of course, it's not a good thing. But I'm just saying that if it's in a modern society, more or less women and men treated equally in many first world countries, not everywhere. And then how are they gonna compete? Like they have to compete with their fellow men. They also somehow compete with the woman. And anyhow, it's just perspective. Because for women, I can also argue like, damn, being a woman, you know, oh, you have monthly your fucking period and you cannot fucking do shit. You're weak, physically weaker in general. Many of them. I don't know. It's like each of the position can be, difficult. But I just feel like if you want to lean on someone, if you just want to be weak, need some help, it's fine. Like being a woman, you can actually do that. Nobody will say anything most of the time. But what about men? What if they were born and actually just feel like I'm actually cannot tough up. I'm born as a man, but I really don't want to be a man. I don't want to treat that I should be always stronger than a woman and all the things. Like, how? You know? So yeah. Especially, I also always think about like, let's say, the term incels. Okay. Let's say not to the point that the people become incels, like not incels, but they don't have any luck with any woman, even if they want to. I mean, because there's a point to the point that they don't even want to anymore. They're just in their own world and they just, people themselves, and then they being misogynistic, and then they have really wrong perceptions of the other gender and all these things. But I'm just thinking about like men who generally just don't have much access and knowledge about how to be with the other gender, and they feel lonely, they don't have much friends, and but they then have to make a living, they have more expectations if they're from their family. Sounds really tough. I feel like most of the time, women at least will have some sort of friends around them. But men is always kind of difficult to just have friends. That's it I want to talk about today. That's what I was thinking when I watched a Joker movie. And I'm gonna play some game now. And I will start to make a little bit more singing or me trying to learn guitar kind of content and to motivate myself, because I want to, like, for example, I bought these things. I want to learn how to make better videos with the the music and stuff, something like this. I don't know. Let's see how it turns out. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a really nice weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.